Welcome to Business English with the world's best business books. In this preview lesson, we'll explore the key ideas from the book Built to Last and discover how great companies achieve long-term success, innovation, and resilience. You'll also learn practical business vocabulary and expressions used in real professional contexts. This is a short preview of the full lesson, where we explore these principles in greater detail and include more business terms, idioms, additional vocabulary practice, and exercises. Let's get started. Today we'll learn how to talk about long-term success, leadership, company culture, and strategic growth. We'll explore these ideas through the book Built to Last by Jim Collins and Jerry I. Porras. Why do some companies last for decades while others disappear? That's the central question of this book. Before we continue, please pause the video and read this disclaimer. This course provides educational summaries and business English vocabulary based on well-known business books. All original ideas and content belong to their respective authors and publishers. If you enjoyed the concepts discussed, I encourage you to read the original books for deeper insights. Why do some companies stay successful for decades while others fail? To answer this question, the authors compare highly successful companies with less successful competitors. Their goal is to identify the habits, systems, and principles behind long-term success. In this lesson, we'll explore the key ideas that help companies become truly built to last. The authors call these successful businesses visionary companies. These companies succeed over long periods of time because they are guided by strong core values, clear purpose, long-term thinking. They focus on building strong organizations and systems, not just short-term profit. As a result, they continue to grow and succeed even as markets and leaders change. One key characteristic of visionary companies is their strong core values. Core values are the fundamental beliefs that define what a company stands for. These values guide decisions and behavior, remain stable over time, and are not influenced by short-term trends. For example, companies like IBM and Procter & Gamble kept their core principles even as their industries changed dramatically. Visionary companies are driven by more than money. They have a deeper purpose that creates long-term value for customers, employees, or society. For example, the Walt Disney Company focuses on creating happiness and memorable experiences, not simply selling entertainment. This sense of purpose inspires employees and strengthens commitment across the organization. Great companies build systems that last. The authors describe this as clock building, not time telling. Instead of depending on one brilliant leader, visionary companies create strong structures, processes, and cultures. For example, 3M and Procter & Gamble developed systems that continue to succeed even as leadership changed. Visionary companies set bold long-term goals called BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. These goals inspire employees, create clear direction, and push companies beyond their comfort zone. For example, Boeing aimed to become the world's leading aerospace company. Ambitious goals encourage innovation and long-term thinking. Successful companies experiment constantly. Instead of relying on one perfect strategy, they test many ideas and learn through experience. They understand that failure is part of innovation. For example, 3M developed post-it notes from an adhesive experiment that originally failed. This mindset encourages creativity, learning, and continuous improvement. Visionary companies balance stability and change. They preserve their core values while adapting strategies, products, and processes. For example, IBM kept its commitment to innovation while transforming from hardware manufacturing to technology services. This balance helps companies evolve without losing their identity. Long-term success also depends on people. Visionary companies build strong cultures based on shared values and behaviors. They hire people who fit the company's values and continuously develop them. For example, the Walt Disney Company trains employees to deliver experiences that reflect the company's mission and culture. A strong culture creates unity, trust, and long-term commitment. Visionary companies succeed because they think long-term, follow strong core values, pursue a purpose beyond profit, build lasting systems, set ambitious goals, encourage experimentation, adapt while preserving identity, develop strong company cultures. Together, these principles explain what makes companies truly built to last. And now we can focus on some business vocabulary from the book. I have divided the different business terms and expressions into several categories. So let's take a look at a few expressions from the category Identity, Purpose, and Culture. The expressions that I've selected are organizational DNA, purpose beyond profit, think beyond the bottom line, and walk the talk. So for each expression, I will give you the meaning and an example sentence. So, organizational DNA are the deep cultural traits that define how a company behaves. Example sentence: innovation is part of the company's organizational DNA. Purpose beyond profit. This is the mission focused on meaning, not just financial gain. The company is driven by a purpose beyond profit. Think beyond the bottom line. Consider goals beyond financial results. Great leaders think beyond the bottom line. Walk the talk. Act according to stated values. Managers must walk the talk to build trust. And here is a little gap fill exercise. You have to choose from the following terms: organizational DNA, have a purpose beyond profit, think beyond the bottom line, and walk the talk. So please take your time, fill in the blanks. You can pause the video, and when you're ready, you can play the video again. Okay. So hopefully you did that, and let me give you the answers now. Companies that think beyond the bottom line focus on values and social impact, not only financial results. Innovation and creativity are part of the company's organizational DNA. Strong leaders must walk the talk and demonstrate the values they promote. Visionary businesses usually have a purpose beyond profit and focus on creating long-term value. Okay, so here you can see the answers and compare them to yours. And now we can continue with another set of business terms and expressions that are a part of the innovation and growth category. So I've selected for you innovation pipeline, sustainable expansion, raise the bar, and walk a fine line. Innovation pipeline. This is a continuous flow of new ideas and developments. An example sentence: a strong innovation pipeline drives long-term success. Sustainable expansion. Stable and controlled business growth. The company achieved sustainable expansion without losing focus. Raise the bar. Increase standards and expectations. Big, hairy, audacious goals help companies raise the bar continuously. Walk a fine line. Balance between two competing priorities. Companies must walk a fine line between stability and change. Okay? And now let's do another little exercise. You have to choose from the terms innovation pipeline, sustainable expansion, raise the bar, and walk a fine line. So please fill in the gaps, and when you're ready, you can hear the answers. So, businesses often have to walk a fine line between innovation and stability. Visionary companies continuously raise the bar by setting higher standards and ambitious goals. The company focused on sustainable expansion instead of growing too quickly. A strong innovation pipeline helps companies develop new products and stay competitive. Okay, here you can see the answers. So, I hope you enjoyed this short preview lesson. If you liked it, you can follow the link in the description to grab the full lesson. Thank you very much, and hopefully see you in the next one.